The Kansas City Chiefs just got another update on left tackle DJ Humphries, this time coming from head coach Andy Reid. We're going to break all of that down in this video. You guys are listening to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I am once again joined by my friend Josh Fan of ShowMeFootball.com and ArrowheadAddict.com. And today we're going to discuss DJ Humphries. We just got a big update from Andy Reid. Again, we got that report from Nate Taylor of The Athletic that the timeline for DJ Humphries to become the starting left tackle for this team was going to be December 8th against the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Now, when he was asked about this on his Monday press conference, he said, "We'll work him in and see how he feels. That's the main thing. He hasn't played in a while, so I just want to make sure he's in a good position. We'll do a little bit more with him this week." So this is Andy Reid basically working DJ Humphries back into shape so he can play on Sunday Night Football. But Josh, what are your thoughts on DJ Humphries? Do you think that he is going to be the starting left tackle on Sunday Night Football? Do you think he's the solution to all of the Chiefs' problems?
Well, I think he's probably the best option at this point, Michael, and that's what a lot of Chiefs fans are wanting to hear, is that he's an upgrade over what was out there before, and Wanya Morris and Kingsley Suamataia, who we've seen in a few spots. But obviously, Wanya Morris has been the starter there as of recently, even despite injury, and I think that has contributed to some of this poor performance. But even before that, it's not like Wanya Morris was necessarily a proven commodity or playing out of this world. And now we're just seeing him regress. And again, injury may have something to do with it, but it's just becoming too much of a weak spot to not do anything about it. And I think when the Chiefs originally brought DJ Humphries in here, they were thinking, he's going to give them a veteran presence, depth at the position, just in case Wanya Morris gets hurt or something like that, better than Kingsley Suamataia, who is pretty much been unplayable as well.
Yeah.
But now it's become, okay, now we need to streamline this process and get DJ Humphries in there because now Wanya Morris looks like crap.
Yeah, no, Wanya Morris, I think he didn't get enough credit for when he was playing solid football, but that knee injury has just made him deteriorate on a weekly basis. And you saw in that Black Friday game against the Raiders, he gave up 11 pressures before got benched.
There was a Black Friday sale on pressures and sacks, and Wanya Morris was giving them out to all the defensive linemen that wanted it.
He was just selling. I mean, it was horrible to watch, but you saw that his knee was just giving out on him and that he just couldn't be a serviceable tackle for this team. You saw them take Wanya Morris out of the game, move Joe Tooney to left tackle, and put in Mike Caliendo at left guard. So clearly they had seen enough, and this was after Patrick Mahomes got sacked in the red zone and got up and was just pissed. But I do think that DJ Humphries is the solution to the unsteadiness on the offensive line. You're going to get someone that knows what he's doing. He's a veteran. He's athletic. He is coming off of an ACL injury, which I'm not sure how much that's going to affect his game. But do you have any concerns that this ACL injury might take a couple weeks to get better, I guess? Because he hasn't played football in over a year.
Oh, for sure. That is a concern because, well, not only, this year, but it's like usually when you come back from an ACL injury, it takes 2 years to become the player that you were before, if you ever do. Because DJ Humphries is at the age where he may not be what he was 2 years ago. But I still think there's a lot of optimism that once he gets into game shape, he can be an upgrade over what you have. And that's really what we're looking at here. That's the situation. The Kansas City Chiefs need an upgrade over Wanya Morris, someone that can make Patrick Mahomes feel a little bit more comfortable, keep defenders off of him a little bit more. And, that will be seen as a win for this coaching staff if they can get that out of DJ Humphries. He's definitely not going to be what he was right off the bat or anything like that. But I think he'll slowly start to work his way in and become a steady player.
So I have an interesting question for you. With all of this offensive line turmoil and the offense seemingly being rattled by that, Patrick Mahomes hasn't been himself, which I think is in large part due to the offensive line only giving him 2 to 3 seconds to find his receivers. Yeah. Do you think that the Chiefs' Super Bowl hopes kind of weigh on the shoulders of DJ Humphries? If he can't be a reliable tackle, we might see a 2020 all over again.
That's a really interesting question. I don't know if I'm there quite yet because the Chiefs offense, even with Subpar left tackle play. Look, they only put up 19 points against the Raiders, but they put up 30 points the week before against the Panthers. I think they can still score enough points, even if it's Wanya Morris at left tackle, especially if we're talking Wanya Morris after this knee injury heals, whenever that is. I think the bigger issue facing the Chiefs is probably their defense, because I think we know, especially with the injuries to like Rashee Rice early in the year and all that stuff, like this Chiefs offense is just not built to score a bunch of points. They were built to lean on their elite defense. But now with the defense not being so elite anymore, and in fact being bad, I said this in one of my videos after the Panthers game, we've seen the Chiefs defense for long enough now without Jalen Watson that we can say that it's bad. They've dropped all the way to 28th in EPA per play given up since Jalen Watson's injury. They're bad. The Chiefs defense is bad right now. And you saw what Aiden O'Connell was able to do against them. Aiden O'Connell we're talking about here. I mean, he was just
fresh off of IR.
He was just taking deep shots all over this defense. But I think that's the bigger concern. That could be a topic for another video. I don't think DJ Humphries will be the reason they win the Super Bowl or don't win the Super Bowl, but he does help their odds just a little bit for sure.
I think he definitely helps their odds. And I think one thing that we're not really talking about, I don't know if you saw the introductory press conference that he gave. He was fired up. I mean, he was excited to be a Chief and excited to be, in the position to block for Patrick Mahomes. And I think that energy, that type of, atmosphere he's going, or I guess that electric energy that he's going to bring to this locker room, I think it's not going to be talked about enough, but I think it's going to give this Chiefs team a spark. Kind of like DeAndre Hopkins did. And DeAndre Hopkins was actually a former teammate of DJ Humphries.
Yeah.
But I do think that he's going to bring something to that offensive line room in just terms of energy, because now they've got someone new that's a veteran that has never played meaningful football like this. And I think that's going to be a big motivating factor for him to go out there and do his very best job. But I really do think that while the Super Bowl might not be won or lost about DJ Humphries' performance, it could sure be impacted by his performance.
Yeah, I think the veteran presence is important. Sometimes it can be overstated having a veteran in a certain position group, but with how much Kingsley Suamataia has struggled and how much Wanya Morris has struggled in times, I do think it's important to have a veteran in there that can kind of take them under their wing and teach them while also playing serviceable left tackle for you.
Well, it's not even just for, the experience. At this point, he is a depth piece. Like, even if he's your starter, Kingsley Suamataia is unplayable. You cannot play him. So it's Wanya Morris or Ethan Driscoll if you're not playing DJ Humphries, and he's better than both of those guys. So it was a necessity to get him in this team and in the locker room, because he is all we have in terms of backup when it comes to the left tackle position. And that's so important because the Chiefs didn't have that back in 2020 when they ultimately ended up losing that Super Bowl because Mike Remmers was the starting left tackle. But before we go any further, guys, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors of this video all football season long.
At Rice Real Estate Group, they're more than just a real estate team. They're a full-service partner in residential, commercial, and investment properties. They specialize in guiding clients through every stage, from the buying and selling process to handling complex, short sale situations with ease. Their passion lies in the personal one-on-one care they bring to every client relationship, ensuring each experience is tailored, smooth, and successful. Here it's all about building trust, delivering expertise, and ensuring every client feels valued throughout their journey. For more information, call Marla Rice at 816-819-9333. The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is the place to be. With over 1,500 slot machines, 35 table games, 4 restaurants, and a new ESPN Bet sportsbook, there are plenty of ways to find your fun. For more chances to win, follow them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Special shout out to the Rice Real Estate Group and the Hollywood Casino for sponsoring this channel all football season long. But Josh, one of my final questions for you is, with DJ Humphries as the starting left tackle of this Chiefs team, do they lose again? Do you think the Chiefs drop another game this season, or do they win out when they finally get some help at left tackle?
That's a great question, Michael. The way they've been playing, I want to say they drop another game. However, you look at their schedule, they get the Chargers again this weekend. Then they get the Browns. They get the Texans, the Steelers, the Broncos. I see one hard game left, and that's the Steelers. If this team is who we think they are, they should win the rest of those, right? But after the scare this past weekend against the Raiders, I don't know. DJ Humphries, he could play a big part in determining that. To answer the question, though, I will say that they do not lose again. And part of that is me not wanting them to relinquish possession of the 1 seed, because I think that's extremely important when you look at the injuries that this team has faced this year, the struggles that they have faced. They need that bye week.
I think that's the only thing that is giving this Chiefs team life at this point, because they need that number 1 seed. If they don't get it, with all the injuries, with how tired this football team is, they could be in rough shape come playoff time. So yeah, I definitely think that they're still hunting for that. And to answer the question, do I think they're going to win the rest of the games with DJ Humphries as left tackle? I'm going to say yes, but there's 1 or 2 games on there. The Chargers are going to give the Chiefs a battle on Sunday night.
Yeah, it will be close.
It's going to be close. This game is for the division. If the Chiefs win it, don't expect the Chargers to come in and just lay down. It's going to be a fight, especially with the way the Chiefs have played recently and these divisional games just being so close. You only beating the Broncos on a blocked field goal. You only beating the Raiders on a botched snap. This game is going to probably give me a heart attack. We're going to talk about that in days in the future. Josh, my final question for you is, where can the people find you?
You can find me here on YouTube, Show Me Football. That is the name of my channel. You can also check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com. And then lastly, you can follow me on Twitter at ShowMeFB.
Guys, all that stuff will be linked in the description of this video. Definitely subscribe to my guy Josh's channel. He does fantastic work over there. As for me, if you have not done it already, hit the like button on this video and subscribe to this channel. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers, which is just a ridiculous number. So if you guys can help me get to that goal, I would very much so appreciate that. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs.